What's going on, guys? Mecha Ish here from Jada Toys. I have the Captain America Civil War movie, Ant-Man. Let's do it.
138 in progress. Prepare for launch in 3, 2.
Step out of your world and step into mine.
Welcome back, guys, to another Jada Toys Metals Diecast collectible figure review, and I have from the Captain America Civil War movie, one of the stars that stole the show, Ant-Man. Now, this is so cool to have an Ant-Man in the Jada Toys collection. Again, he was one of the favorites from the movie. He was so awesome, especially when he became Giant Man. But here we have the 4-inch standard Ant-Man look based off that appearance in the movie. You got your standard anvil-shaped window box packaging. As you can see, it says caution, 100% die-cast metal, which these Marvel metals are. You got the metals die-cast silver foiled logo on the top left, a nice window view of Ant-Man looking all chromed out. Nice artwork at the front, and then you have the movie logo and his name at the bottom. On each side of the box, you got a half of the artwork there of Ant-Man, and on the back of the box, you have the Metals Diecast logo, Marvel logo, and a bunch of Marvel Metals figures still to come out, and a few of which I have already reviewed, and I have a few more on the way. So guys, stay tuned and subscribe so you don't miss out. Alright, let's take this Ant-Man outside of this box, and let's see what he's all about. So here is Ant-Man outside of his packaging, and this is an awesomely sculpted figure, and the paint applications are so crisp. Now, we're going to take a closer look at that, but he does stand under the 4-inch mark, so he is on par with the other Avengers in your Metals Diecast collection, and he is solid, guys. This is 100% metal, 100% diecast, so there are no flexible plastic pieces. Now, I don't think Ant-Man should be as jacked up looking as he looks right now, but it is in line with the stylized forms of the Metals Diecast collection with the gigantic head, the big upper body, and the thin legs. I am loving the character design for this movie, Ant-Man, and I'm so happy this is the first Ant-Man in the Metals Diecast collection. But take a look at this awesome helmet. Of course, he has the full helmet look here. You got these nice ruby red eyes, which are painted so nicely within the sculpt. Now, I wish they would have painted it a little bit fuller up top, but it's not too bad, and it's definitely going to shine on your shelf. And speaking of shine, take a look at this chrome silver paint that they used to encompass this whole helmet. Wow, I mean, this looks fantastic, and none of that red has spilled over to that silver, and you have the nice red dot there, and the sculpted detail is just so top-notch. Even his little piggy nose here, which is actually the transmitter piece, which helps him communicate with the ant. Some sculpted detail going up towards the eyes, and then take a look at all of the sculpt work going on the side of these little wings of his that connect to the transmitter piece. And then his ears, all of that chrome paint is separated by this gunmetal gray ring. So that is great to have some variation in color there. Now, the amazing sculpt work continues with his body. Now, it is definitely jacked up, but that just leaves us more room to appreciate all the sculpted detail. Take a look at the piping going across his chest, and it continues on around his shoulders, and even his backpack here, which is nicely sculpted. And what's really doing this movie costume design justice is the separation of all of the paint. So great job with the black paint. Then you have the chrome paint that matches the same chrome as his helmet. You have this nice rich red right there, and then you have the gunmetal gray that is consistent with all of the gray pieces throughout. His abs are sculpted in there. Then you have this nice looking belt, which is sculpted all the way through, got some pouches, and all done in that same chrome bright silver. Now, the black has a nice leathery look because of the glossy finish. You even got some sculpted lines in there. Now, these knee pads are very cool. You can see it's sculpted in there, and it's the red paint is painted within the black outline, which looks great. Little touches of red by the shins, and then you have a little more red by the back of his calves. Now, looking at the rest of his back, such a great job again with the separation. You have the red V-taper going all the way down, nicely separated between the rest of his black costume, but then you have this gunmetal gray like legs coming in towards the back, which look fantastic. These gunmetal gray shoulder armor pieces that are so well done, and even with the Thor figure, the gunmetal gray that they seem to use on all of their die-cast figures has this kind of metallic sheen to it, and a little sparkly effect too, if you take a look at that. Going down the rest of his arm, you can see all of the sculpted detail with the wrinkles, and you even have the little seams sculpted in there to separate the red and the black. You got some sculpted line work on the inside of his forearm, and then when you turn it around, bam, look at that chrome paint again for his forearm guards. All nicely separated. Great paint job, awesome sculpt work. Jada Toys is killing it. Now, as is the case with the other Marvel's Metals Diecast figures, even though there may seemingly be some articulation cuts, there is no articulation in these figures. They're really just meant for display only and to look really cool on your shelves. So here is Ant-Man with some other Avengers in the Marvel's Metals Diecast lineup. Now, we have War Machine. I'm doing a review on that one next, so stay tuned and subscribe so you don't miss out. But this Jada Toys Metals Diecast line is expanding so fast, guys. It's just amazing. I mean, take take a look at how cool this looks. So there you have it, guys, my video review of the Jada Toys Metals diecast Ant-Man, based off his appearance in the Captain America Civil War movie, where he was just amazing. And so happy to have this look of Ant-Man in my collection. Hopefully down the line we'll get different scales of this Ant-Man so we could really have a cool display with that growing power in effect, right? Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up, check out my channel for other reviews I have done, and I have so many cool things coming your way, including a lot more Jada toy figure reviews. So make sure you all like, subscribe, comment, and share. You know what to do. Peace.